Abby Walker right there with Southern Soul. You're listening to Lone Star in the Mornings here at IRLoneStar.com, 929. Hanging out in the studio with Linda from Workforce Solutions, the Conroe area office. I guess that's the way to properly say that. Workforce Solutions is an interesting nonprofit organization here to help everybody in the community when it comes to the work world. Am I right?
Yes, it
Linda?
is.
Welcome
absolutely.
to Lone Star in the Mornings.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
And it's been a beautiful morning so far, and I've been enjoying the music we've been playing. And you reached out to us because you're with Workforce Solutions, folks. You need to go online if you're on a computer. It's WRKSolutions.com. They offer so many services. I don't know how we're going to be able to get it all in this little interview here because she is from the Conroe office, so everything that we're going to be talking about has to do with Conroe or Montgomery County, and it has to do with workforce, the workforce world. If you're looking for a job, if you own a business and you need some guidance from HR areas or pretty much hiring aspects, things like that, this is a great place, especially here, me being a business owner. If you don't have a mentor or anything like that who has that experience, this is a great way to find a mentor in a sense. So I'm not sure, Linda, if you're a mentor to anybody, but looking at your services, it sounds like you probably are to a lot of people. That's WRKSolutions.com. And you're in charge of the employer aspect of the world. And, you know, one thing I would always say, the employer always gets a negative a negative look at first glance from people because I don't understand why employers are so evil, but a lot of people don't like employers. And so you're here. If I'm an employer, you're a person I need to contact if I need help.
Absolutely.
And what aspects? Give me kind of a gist. Like what aspects of if I'm an employer, what kind of issues will I run into, and what kind of issues can you help me with?
Well, a lot of times I get questions from employers that are coming in, and they want to make sure that they hire the correct candidate. So they'll look at the correct candidate, and I'll kind of coach them on how they can select that candidate. You know, what they're looking for, what specific skills they're looking for on that, and also I have companies call me and they remain anonymous, and they are having to deal with a discipline issue with an employee. They're consistently coming in late, or they don't come in at all, and they want to terminate them. And so, so I'll coach them on that. Ask them about their employee handbook. Ask them about their disciplinary program. Is it progressive? Make sure everything's documented, things like that. And I encourage them. I said, give me a call back. Before you do anything, just give me a call. We've got everything online, an employee handbook. You can just literally copy and paste and then put your company's name in there. It's that friendly on there. So
it's kind of interesting because if you're not an employer, you really don't know these kind of internal problems people run into. But it is something that's, especially depending on how big your company is. Would you give me a scale of what kind of companies you would work with? Like, say you have 2 employees all the way to like Fortune 500 companies.
Oh yeah.
So you help pretty much everyone when it comes down to the work world.
A lot of times, small companies, small businesses, and everything, they can't afford someone to do an HR department, or they have someone who does multiple hats in their office, and so that person, sometimes they'll call me and they'll rely on me to help them with more specific about their HR issues and stuff and everything. Then the larger corporations, they don't necessarily need me. They have their own attorneys and this, that, and the other. However, we partner with them in doing different things that we do, different services and stuff.
One thing I want to make clear, and so I understand too, is you guys aren't a service in a sense. I don't go out to you and say, I need you to fire these people for me.
Right.
You're really an assistance program.
Right.
Information based. Also, a person like you, Linda, you would help me as person to person, not just go to this website, read this document, and you're good. You're there to help. You're there to be a coach almost, or a guide.
It's a consultant. That's what we basically do. We're the business consultants. We reach out to those companies, and we're there for the companies, and it's free of charge. So it's our services.
Yeah, I think it's important to let people know it's free, and also they're not there to do your job.
Exactly.
So they're there to help you, and which is important. That's WRKSolutions.com. One thing that's important, too, is we do have listeners from all over the United States. What areas do y'all cover? Do y'all just do the U.S., or do y'all have any?
Well, we cover the 13 counties in the Gulf Coast region.
Okay.
But the state of Texas has different other regions that they do and everything in the different regions. But ours primarily is the 13 counties in this region, in the Gulf Coast region.
Okay, so Workforce Solutions, that's, if I go to that website, it's really that area.
Yes.
That's WRKsolutions.com. There's a lot of information on here. I encourage everyone to check it out, especially if you're looking for a job and things like that, because it's interesting. We just talked about the employer side, which is what you personally handle. Before we move on to more of like what you guys do in the big picture, Linda, did you have any contact information and people, if there's an employer listening, especially with a weekly business hour coming up today with Rick at 11 o'clock?
They can call me. My number they can reach me at is 936-689-5138. That is my cell phone number, and it's the best number to contact me because I do service Montgomery County and Walker County. So I have basically virtual offices everywhere I go, so they can get a hold of me. And they know that I will call them back within a 24-hour period. So unless I'm in meetings all day, I do call them back by the end of the day usually.
Okay, well, we're hanging out with Linda from Workforce Solutions. When we come back from this music break, we're going to go into more, more detail about what Workforce Solutions also does for the employee side, not just the employer. If you don't mind, if we talk a little bit about that. Hope you guys are enjoying your time. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star here at irlonestar.com. You can call in anytime, 936-647-3776. Here's some Amy Jack for you. This song is called Lay Me Down in Oklahoma. We got the Cindy Cochran Show coming up at 10 o'clock. Stick around.
Hi, this is Joyce over at the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located across from the courthouse at 302 North Main. I just wanted to tell you that we are now carrying a large selection of craft beer, along with all your old favorites to quench your thirst. Our deli is featuring a new pub sub, loaded with bacon, roast beef, turkey, spicy mustard, lettuce, tomato, all on a warm sub bun. We're open weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And as always, live music each evening for your listening pleasure.
Imagine a place where you can sip on Italian coffee and have a sandwich, followed by a fabulous, delectable pastry. We invite you to stop by Conroe Coffee to experience old world charm. Conroe Coffee is located next to the historic Creighton Theater in downtown Conroe. We are open 7 days a week. Please check our website for business hours at conroecoffee.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a caffeinated day.
Hi, this is Catering Cody with All-Star Catering Company. We've been catering for Montgomery County since 2005. We are now offering take-home casseroles available for you to pick up Monday through Friday. To learn more, give us a call at 936-228-0440. Send an email to info@cateringbyallstar.com or check us out on Facebook at Catering by All-Star. So come on in and get your dinner tonight and feed your family the simple way with All-Star Catering.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them partners, the financial professionals that can help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have, and guide you where you want to be financially and personally, because no one wins alone. Start building financial security with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Michael Young today. Visit michael.b.young@nm.com. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's Amy Jack right there with Lay Me Down, Oklahoma. Morning to the Lone Star. Hanging out with Linda Still from Workforce Solutions. We talked about a little bit about what she does personally, day-to-day there. She helps out employers for any type of resource or information. She says it's more of a consultant kind of position. And one thing I wanted to touch base on before the Cindy Cochran Show at 10 o'clock today is let other people who are on the other spectrum of Workforce Solutions let people know what they do also to help the employees. So, Linda, if you don't mind, I know this isn't your job, this isn't your expertise, but what other services does Workforce Solution, if you just give the audience a little idea about what WRKsolutions.com and things like that do?
Okay, well, job seekers can come to any of our offices. They're all open between 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. There's free internet access there. They can search for jobs. They can talk to an employment counselor. That employment counselor can help them and coach them as far as their job search, help them critique their resume. They can even attend classes for resume classes, job search skills, rebranding, anything like that. And then they can talk in confidentiality to that employment counselor too, anything that's going on in their personal life, and it may even make them eligible for some kind of services. What we try to do is to remove those barriers from job seekers. Whenever they say they can't go to work because of XYZ, we take XYZ out of the formula. So if they can't get there because of childcare, then we have people there that can help them with childcare. And there's even access to free childcare if they qualify. But the important thing is to talk to an employment counselor, let them know what their needs are, and see if they can qualify for those positions and those type of services for them.
Well, what I'll let everyone know what they need to do is they need to visit you guys online, because y'all make it very easy to understand what path what path to find your answers to is. It's WRKSolutions.com. You personally serve the Walker County and Montgomery County, but there's other offices around, especially the Houston area.
Yes.
And then you said there's 13 counties on the Gulf Coast of Texas, and that's really what you guys focus on. So, folks, if you're listening, you're not from here, but you're from those areas, you can take advantage of these opportunities. It's WRKSolutions.com. That's going to be for employers or individuals and things like that. Linda, thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
And letting people know I look forward to just having you back in as a guest. You are listening to Lone Star in the Mornings here at IRLoneStar.com. It's 9:41. The Cindy Cochran Show is coming up. Her special guests, of course, are her regular Mondays. We got the Conroe Police Department's Lieutenant Bob Berry, and then, of course, Jimmy the C with sports. And I think there's also another special guest. Check her out on Facebook, the Cindy Cochran Show, see who's coming in. And then, of course, following her will be the weekly business hour with Dick Schissler. Stick around here at IRLoneStar.com. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after this. Thanks for checking out our podcast with Mornings with Lone Star on IRLoneStar.com. Don't forget, we are live every weekday on IRLoneStar.com from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Anyone can be a guest on Mornings with Lone Star, so if you or anyone you know would like to be in the studio and live on the air, just contact Dick, D-I-C-K, at IRLoneStar.com, or message us on Facebook at Lone Star Internet Radio. Mornings with Lone Star on IRLoneStar.com is your Montgomery County morning radio show.